Exactly, car crash. 3, 2, 1, go. For the first, second, and fifth levels, we picked the Yellow Ranger because she's the fastest of the 5. So we can get as many gears as possible, as fast as possible, as always. That being said, good ending itself, you have to reassemble the RV Robo. So you have to get 50 gears for each of the cars for a total of 250 gears minimum for the good ending. That being said, we try to go ahead. I've done a lot of optimization in the process of getting the world record on all 3 categories over the last few months from June to October to go ahead and try to optimize this route for the best gear grabbing that I can, so to speak. First boss coming up here is Bibi Donpa, which is the Bozak's best music conductor. And there we go. Oh yeah, the sprites are great. Wait until you see the good face with Zelmoda, the 4th boss, mid-boss. Phenomenal, to say the least. Now the second boss here, once I get to it, is actually the toughest boss for the speed strats. The previous strat for it was to go ahead and go from one side of the screen to the other side, bouncing the boss between the two. I actually ended up developing a strat that cut the fight by about a third. It was an 18-second fight. It's now 12 seconds or less because I pinned the boss in the corner. So as long as I can pull it off with no issues, it's gonna look great. Not perfect, but good enough. It's more of a rhythmic hitting on that one, but yeah, it's tricky to say the least. Now with the 3rd and 4th levels, we switch over to the Red Ranger because the 3rd and 4th level bosses, they have a bit of a invincibility cycle. In addition, they have a bit more health than the other bosses. So between the two, you want the Red Ranger and his weapon because the weapon deals 2 damage instead of 1. So that way you can go ahead and, of course, shorten those cycles. Here's where we go ahead and grab the sword. That being said, I do know that each ranger has a slightly specialized ability. For instance, the Yellow Ranger has her speed, Red Ranger has increased damage, Green Ranger has float. So the Green Ranger does float when you jump. The Blue Ranger can slide. Almost got away from me there. I forget what the Pink Ranger's ability is. I think hers may be a double jump if my memory serves correctly. You get used to playing just certain ones and you forget what the special abilities are sometimes. Sour Please, Cat Jam, whatever you want, but this music is one of the best in the game. This level is. Yes. Gekisou Sentai Carranger is actually the first of the Super Sentai Series 2 to go ahead and actually poke fun at the whole Sentai series. So it's like a canon self-diss, which makes it even better. Yes, unfortunately all the bosses do have the same background. I would go ahead and attribute that to it being Sufami Turbo. Sufami Turbo is a sub-cart system, where you basically have the main cart and you go ahead and put the sub-cart in it. So... and good face. Now, I call this section the gauntlet, because there's some very specific bobbing and weaving to try to go ahead and keep from losing your weapon through here. And we made it through successfully. This is the only boss that does not explode upon being defeated. The reason why this character was actually a brainwashed speed racer from the series, supposedly one of the best racers in the series itself, Speed Max, and ends up becoming Gekisou, the Bozok's best dishwasher. As you can see, the pattern ends up being with the weapon is very predictable. Without the weapon, it can randomly do either the whirlwinds or the bubbles, one of the two. Already we're here in the final level, so we're going to go back to the Yellow Ranger again for the speed aspect of it, to go ahead and try to end up as quick as possible. You need to see the series. It's even funnier in the series itself. Now that damage boost there was deliberate so that I can go ahead and just clip through. That was a very clean bridge. This is Beauty Zonette, a hidden sub-boss, but we go down here so that we can go ahead and get the extra gears that are down here. Because there's 39 through these three here alone. And now we've got the 250, time to roll. Now I deliberately take damage boosts there so that I can go ahead and get in as early on the damage as possible. Time. 9:06:80. Only about 9 seconds. No, about 14 seconds over my PB/world record. Here's the best part. Since we assembled everything, we get to hop in the RV Robo and protect the Earth. And pose. Thank you very much for the GGs, everyone. Now, there is a small tidbit here at the end. one of the equivalent of the putties, or in this series is called wumpers, actually carries President Dynamo off as he's unhappy for being beaten.